I have problems with it.
What do you think it would take for me to get weight loss surgery?
All of a sudden, Brittany wants weight loss surgery. For me personally, I don't know if I'm even convinced that she's actually going to get that far.
With my family history, diabetes and stuff, I need to get mine under control. Before I went to the doctor and I can't get my diabetes under control.
To be honest, with the moment that she mentioned her diabetes, I said to myself, this is somebody that's probably had diabetes for a very long time, especially if it's a family thing as well. So that means she's had a very long time to lose weight. But why hasn't she lost weight?
To lose weight. I have done multiple diets throughout the years. They may help me lose maybe like 5 or 10 pounds, but it never really sticks.
And then she comes up with this very fascinating line, but it never really sticks. Now, let's talk about this. Why have her diets over the years never stuck? Well, for somebody to talk about how in her family, you know, diabetes and stuff, very interesting choice of words, and stuff. It makes me wonder, does she come from a life or family, should I say, where everybody is overweight? So therefore, it's one of those things where she's mainly programmed to believe that being overweight is a thing. But at the same time, though, she did then say that she's also tried to lose weight over the years. And she's always got up to 5 or so pounds. And that's as far as it's gone. Because the weight loss types that she's tried just haven't worked for her. Which has got to be one of the most ludicrous and one of the most dumbest things ever. Because here's the thing. For a weight loss program to not work, it can only work if the person that is doing the program does not put the work in. So every time she has attempted to lose weight over the years and it has not worked, it has not been because of the program you've been given on or whatever diet that you're trying. It's because you haven't stuck to it. It sounds to me as if she has stuck to a diet for probably about a few days. 1, 2, maybe 3 days tops. And then thought, this is not enough. 5 pounds, what's this? No, I need to lose more. You know what I mean? And she's the kind of person that if you said to her, I want you to lose 10 pounds within a week, but realistically, depending on the weight that she's at, that is something that could be possible. But let's just say, you know, you're asked to lose 10 pounds in a week, right? And she only ends up losing 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds. Why is that going to be? Is that going to be because the weight on her body is stubborn, or is it going to be because she struggles with the idea of actually being strict for long periods of time? My guess would be she struggles with being strict for long periods of time because the woman's already she started off by telling us about the medical conditions first. I'm going to tell you this now. People that usually when people set out to lose weight, they don't be talking about medical stuff. They say, listen, I need to go out there and lose weight. Let me go do it. What's the best diet for me? Boom, let's try it. Let's go for it. Boom, boom. That's it. But people who are ready to make excuses for why they cannot lose weight or why they have not been able to lose weight, those are the people that do what? Those are the ones that start off by telling you something about themselves that has made it hard for them or will make it hard for them to lose weight. Do you see what I'm saying? Definitely, the things that come out of people's mouths definitely tells you the truth.
Unlike weight loss drugs, I think that the surgery would be a more permanent option.
And the fact that she stood there and literally said that she feels that surgery would be a more permanent option. First and foremost, having weight loss surgery is not a more permanent option. Secondly, to even have weight loss surgery, you have to be able to lose a significant amount of weight first anyway, usually speaking, okay? And that's something that she's proven that she cannot do or is not willing to do. Okay. Secondly, even if she does lose the weight that she needs to lose to then be approved for the surgery, after the surgery, that's when the real work begins because then you've got to continue losing weight to get to your goal. Having weight loss surgery does not mean you're going to lose all your weight just like that. Now, don't get me wrong. For some people, depending on how much they weigh, they can have, you know, whether it be a tummy tuck or some sort of weight loss surgery like liposuction that generally can make them lose the weight instantly. But that's probably because they already weigh at a certain weight that isn't as bad as somebody that's obese. Now, Brittany isn't obese. Well, at least I don't think she is. Do you know what I mean? So she probably would lose a significant amount of weight from a weight loss surgery, but she would. Even if she came out looking the way she wants to look, it is still harder to then maintain the work that's been done by the surgery. So, at the end of the day, this whole thing about weight loss surgery is more of a permanent thing. No. Whatever you do weight-wise, it is only going to be permanent if you know how to look after yourself moving forward. Is that something that she can do? Well, history based on what she has said is something that she cannot do. She'd be one of those people that would reverse the surgery.
I mean, I know I'm not as big as, you know, most of y'all were, but
Just because you didn't get as big as I was doesn't make it any less significant on your
1000%. Speak that truth, Chris. 1000%. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because I always wondered, did she never want to jump on the bandwagon of losing weight purely because she wasn't as big as everybody else? And then boom, bam, that's one of the reasons. But Chris made it abundantly clear. It doesn't matter. Your health is your health, no matter what. But what is the real motivation behind her wanting to lose weight?
It's always a dream to be a parent yourself.
And then boom, bam, she doesn't Amy. She then reveals that she wants to be a parent because she's always wanted to be one, but she's always struggled to get pregnant. Now, her assumption is she's always struggled to get pregnant purely because of her weight. So losing weight would be something that would help her, you know, get that closer. Now, I don't know if she's ever been checked for reasons of why she can't get pregnant, because it might not be weight related. It may be due to something else, because Amy was definitely bigger than Brittany when she got pregnant. There's many people that were bigger than Brittany when they were pregnant. So I do wonder if it's other things. But either way, though, she believes that weight plays a part, which it could easily play a part. Let's not rule that out. But it makes you wonder, though, how old Brittany is, because Chris has got kids in their 20s. So how old is Brittany? Yeah, I'm just curious now at this point. But anyway. And also, because I can imagine at her age, it's going to be harder and harder if she's, you know, probably if she's maybe in her 40s, maybe even late 40s. Because Chris must be in his 50s, unless that guy was having kids from like young. You know what I'm saying? Man was getting busy. But anyway.
We can afford 2 surgeries in 1 year.
I don't know, but when the time comes, we'll face it.
So here's the thing. She now knows, obviously, it's also going to cost bills as well, but she knows that Chris right now is on the journey of doing what? He's on the journey of getting more weight loss, more skin removal done, you know, obviously in due time. He's already had his first installment of skin removal, but he still got some more to go. So it is quite interesting how she's choosing to want to do this whilst, you know, they're still paying for Chris, which is very, very suspect. And we've also been exposed to her jealousies also. I do wonder if she's trying to derail Chris's, you know, plans. In fact, I do wonder if she's trying to have kids purposely to, you know, make sure Chris doesn't go anywhere else, because once he loses some more weight, her insecurity is going to come in even more, and then she's going to panic even more that maybe some other woman's going to come in to take him away, because hell, the woman was jealous of Tammy having more attention from Chris. So you can imagine if an actual woman came in who isn't his sibling, for goodness sake, how jealous that she would be. So you never know. She may be trying to derail it or trying to slow him down. She's like, let's just make this about me right now. Okay, we can focus on you later. But Chris does not seem like as if he believes her. So Chris's reaction was the kind of reaction of somebody that gave me the vibe of, I've heard you say this many times and you have never done shit about it. So, yeah, Chris is probably quite good to continue having that weight loss surgery. But either way, though, I do question if her real intentions are to try and lock him down. You never know. You never know. No. But hey, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.